Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming to the stage our friend and ally, Lana Parrilla.
Thank you. I feel compelled to strut down the aisle. Do some kind of catwalk strut, but I'm sure some of you are disappointed to see me in a simple cocktail dress and not some drag evil queen costume. I promise next dinner I won't disappoint. I am sincerely honored to be here with all of you tonight at this Human Rights Campaign dinner. I am here to initiate my active involvement in the LGBT community in order to advocate on behalf of the HRC's mandate. Is this really loud? Thank you to Wally Lancy and my very dear friend Raven Tony for asking me to be a part of this very special evening. Now, many of you may know me from playing the evil queen on Once Upon a Time. Well, if you haven't had the opportunity to see our show yet, let me briefly tell you about it. It all takes place in two opposing universes. One is set in a small fictional town called Storybrooke, and the other is in a fantastical land full of the iconic fairy tale characters that we all grew up with and loved. I play the evil queen, who casts a spell on everyone in the Enchanted Forest and sends all the fairy tale characters to Storybrooke, where time is stopped and all knowledge of their previous identity has been erased. Now, I've always loved fairy tales, and I think it's because they often feature characters facing extraordinary challenges to survive and triumph over adversity. We have evidence of such courage in this room here tonight. The evil queen is a complicated character to play, but I instinctively knew that I had to discover who this character was at her core and why she became such an evil bitch. Now, yes, I get to wear the fabulous costumes and glorious makeup, but what makes my character tick underneath it all? Once I started to peel away at the layers, I realized that she always felt like an outcast, different and misunderstood. Now, trust me, I'm not saying that casting a curse on an entire kingdom and its citizens is the healthy way to handle these issues. But however, I did find myself thinking of two individuals in particular who have overcome intolerance and hatred because of their difference. I grew up in a close, extended family, and I especially enjoyed being around my older cousin. He was smart and funny, and he looked like Patrick Swayze. And looking back, he was probably my first schoolgirl crush. When he was in his early 20s, he had a close friend named James, and eventually they became roommates. Over time, it slowly dawned on me that they were more than roommates. They had a deeper connection. I didn't know how to describe it, but as a young girl without prejudices, I simply accepted in my heart that he had found someone that he loved, and that was beautiful. Unfortunately, some family members did not understand his relationship, and I watched that cause a lot of hurt for my cousin over the years. Not only is he my cousin, but also one of the most incredible people I've ever met. Eventually, my family accepted his sexual orientation. He married and has 2 children, and my entire family is actively involved in their lives. As children, when we witness a glimpse of love and affection, we usually don't question it or judge it, we accept it. And Much the same way, we must apply this childlike innocence and acceptance to our families and friends, irrespective of their sexual orientation. Unfortunately, this concept is seemingly difficult for some people to understand, much less accept. An example of that is my dear friend Joshua, who always knew he was different from a young age. He often told his friends and family that God had made a mistake, and he was born in the wrong body. He came out as a gay man at 14 years old in a small town of 4,000 people and had to change high schools because of life-threatening bullying. One night in his early 20s, while he was driving home from a gay bar, he was followed by 3 homophobic people and was driven into a ditch. Joshua found himself trapped inside the car, was pulled out, and then beaten. Luckily, Joshua managed to escape to safety. Today, Joshua has harnessed these challenges and experiences by being actively involved in raising awareness about gay youth suicide, bullying, and transphobia. He is a PhD student writing his thesis on the cultural specificities of gender and sexuality in order to raise awareness of queer subjects from a global perspective. He's currently producing a film on gay youth suicide entitled Whispers of Life with his husband Florian. It's actually shooting tomorrow, which we're all very excited about. And Florian works on Once Upon a Time, and a lot of the cast members have supported them, given a lot of money towards making the film, and a lot of our crew has jumped on board to be a part of the filming, which is fantastic. Now, my cousin and Joshua are 2 examples of the many wonderful people that I am blessed to have in my life. They have faced extraordinary circumstances and overcome them. Growing up around family members and later friends who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender sensitized me to these issues, and I want to continue to make a difference. I support equal rights and marriage equality. I'd like to thank the HRC for promoting the message that love is genderless. The Human Rights Campaign works year-round and coast to coast to open minds and change hearts to accept equality. They see a world where every one of us is welcomed and accepted in our families, in our houses of worship, in our workplaces, and everywhere in the community. A world where, hopefully, in the not-so-distant future, there won't be hate crimes, denial of medical benefits, or teenagers bullied for their sexual orientation. Chad Griffin and his amazing staff, supporters, volunteers, and allies do a tremendous work to build these bridges and to educate others. As a straight ally, I want to do the same. I feel so honored to be a part of the Human Rights Campaign, to be here tonight, and to show my support. And I want to thank you all for a fantastic evening. You've all been so receptive and so loving, so kind, and I love taking pictures with all of you. So please, feel free to ask me. I am very generous in giving of my time and my heart. And I'm here, I want to get to know you. So please, I'm sitting at table 42. Thank you. Have a good night.